Honda's miniMOTO family now offers two 124cc siblings with wildly different personalities. The Grom is a pocket-sized sport bike built for hooligan urban riding. The Dax 125 is a retro two-up cruiser working the same streets. Same heart, opposite souls. Here's how they compare. The Grom remains the value proposition of the pair. Honda lists the Grom at $3,599, the Grom SP at $3,699, and the Grom ABS at $3,799, each carrying a $300 destination charge. The Dax 125 arrives at a flat $4,199, plus the same $300 destination fee, making it $600 more expensive than the cheapest Grom and $400 more than the ABS-equipped version. That premium buys nostalgia rather than performance. Nothing in the Dax's spec sheet justifies the difference on paper, which means the decision comes down to what you want the bike to say about you. Honda has positioned the Dax between the Trail 125 and the Monkey in the miniMOTO hierarchy, and the pricing reflects a bike sold on charm. Both bikes run the identical 123.9cc air-cooled 4-stroke single. Both use SOHC 2-valve heads, 50.0mm by 63.1mm bore and stroke, a 10.0:1 compression ratio, and PGM FI fuel injection with a 24mm throttle bore. Both fire up via push-button electric start with full transistorized ignition. This is genuinely the same motor, and it is one of the most durable small engines Honda builds. Anyone shopping these two should stop looking for a horsepower winner. There isn't one. What separates them is everything Honda bolted around that engine. The gearbox, the gearing, the frame, and the seat. Those choices completely reshape how the identical power plant feels from the saddle. The Grom uses a 5-speed manual gearbox with a conventional multi-plate wet clutch and a hand lever. You shift it like a motorcycle. You can slip the clutch, you can hold revs, and you can learn proper technique on it. That makes the Grom a legitimate training tool for riders who plan to move up to larger machines. The Dax 125 uses a 4-speed with a semi-automatic centrifugal clutch. There is no clutch lever at all. You simply toe the shifter up or down, and the bike handles engagement. For riders intimidated by clutch work, or for anyone who wants to ride in traffic without a left hand constantly working, this is a genuine feature. For riders who want to develop skills, it's a limitation. The gearing tells a story the horsepower figures don't. The Grom runs 15T front and 38T rear sprockets. The Dax runs 15T front and 34T rear. That taller final drive on the Dax, combined with one fewer gear, means it pulls slightly longer legs at cruising speed, but has less mechanical advantage off the line. In practice, both bikes live comfortably in the 45 to 55 mph band. Neither belongs on a highway, and neither pretends otherwise. The Grom's extra ratio gives it a usable spread that makes it feel more purposeful when you're stringing corners together, letting you hold a gear through a turn instead of hunting for one. The Dax settles into a relaxed putter that suits its personality, shifting less often and asking less of the rider. If you regularly ride roads posted at 50 mph, the Grom will feel less strained getting there and less busy staying there. Both bikes get a 31mm inverted telescopic fork with 4.3 inches of travel, an unusually premium touch at this price point, and identical between them. The rear ends diverge. The Grom uses a single shock working against a box-section steel swing arm with 4.1 inches of travel. The Dax uses twin side-mounted shocks with 4.7 inches of travel. The frames differ more dramatically. The Grom uses a conventional steel backbone chassis with modern sport bike proportions. The Dax is built around the original's T-shaped pressed steel frame, the long, thin profile that earned the bike its Dachshund nickname in 1969. It's a genuine period design rather than a styling exercise, and it defines everything about how the Dax looks. Braking hardware is identical on paper. A single 2-piston hydraulic caliper on a 220mm front disc and a single piston caliper on a 190mm rear disc. Tires match too, at 120/70/12 front and 130/70/12 rear on 12-inch cast wheels. The meaningful difference is ABS. The DAX 125 includes front-wheel ABS as standard equipment across the board. On the Grom, ABS is a trim decision. Only the $37.99 Grom ABS gets it, while the base Grom and the Grom SP go without. If anti-lock braking matters to you, and on a light bike with small contact patches, it reasonably should, the Grom's price advantage narrows to $400. The Grom seat sits at 30.0 inches with a thickly padded solo-oriented perch and sport bike-style ergonomics. The DAX measures 30.6 inches with a one-piece dual seat, high-rise handlebars, and a genuinely usable passenger position. Both are approachable, and most adults will flat-foot either one. Two-up riding is where the DAX earns its keep. Honda explicitly markets it as a bike for shared rides, and the long, flat seat plus passenger pegs make short pillion trips realistic. The Grom can technically carry a passenger, but the ergonomics and seat shape make it an afterthought. If you'll ever ride with someone, this point alone may settle the argument. The Grom carries 1.6 gallons of fuel. The DAX carries 1.0 gallon. Given comparable fuel economy from an identical engine, the DAX has been reported around 107 miles per gallon combined. The Grom's larger tank translates to substantially more range between stops. On a bike used for commuting, that difference is felt weakly. Curb weights favor the Grom too. It scales 224 pounds, 227 with ABS, against the DAX's 236 pounds. 12 pounds sounds trivial until you're pushing a bike into a tight parking spot or lifting it onto a truck bed. Wheelbase is identical at 47.2 inches, and rake and trail are effectively matched, so low-speed handling feels similar. The Grom's defining trick is its plug-and-play bodywork. Honda designed the panels for easy swapping, and an enormous aftermarket has grown around that decision. Body kits, exhausts, big bore kits, suspension upgrades, and wheels are all readily available. For 2026, the standard Grom comes in candy blue, pearl white, and cherry red. The SP wears matte gunpowder black metallic. The ABS gets pearl white. The DAX offers a single color, pearl black. Its upswept chrome exhaust, all LED lighting, retro instrument cluster, and flip-up seat hiding the fuel filler are period-correct details you can't replicate on a Grom. Honda's accessory catalog covers a rear carrier, saddlebags, and a USB charging port. It's a finished statement rather than a starting point. The Grom wins on nearly every objective measure. It's cheaper, lighter, has an extra gear, carries 60% more fuel, teaches real clutch technique, and sits at the center of a vast aftermarket. For a first motorcycle, a commuter, a pit bike, or a track day toy, it's the smarter purchase. And the ABS trim at $37.99 is the version most riders should buy. The DAX 125 isn't trying to win that argument. It's a $41.99 mood. The semi-automatic clutch removes a barrier for nervous newcomers. Standard ABS is genuinely reassuring. The twin-shock rear is marginally plusher, and the two-up seat makes it the only one of the pair you'd hand a passenger. Every one of those is a real advantage for the right rider. Buy the Grom if you want a motorcycle. Buy the DAX if you want a personality. Both will still be running in 15 years.